What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm excited today because guess what? We actually get to work on the Frankenstein a little bit today. We've been working on it. There's a little story I got to tell you guys about it, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about, that's right, new product, GP grill, you guys. We got a GP grill for a 1970 Chevelle. We're also going to have them for the 71, so stay tuned. But let me show you. Clean, fellas. That's right. What you guys think of this, man? I am digging this new grill. We've been working on it for a little bit now. Obviously, it's not technically super easy to do, but it's not hard. It's just a little bit involved. You definitely got to take your grill apart. Well, I should say take it off the car, right? You see we got the freaking Frankenstein, looking like a Frankenstein right now. You're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to bring it over to the bench, and you're gonna have to start cutting and all kinds of good stuff. Now, a couple of the tools you're going to need for this project, this is probably your friendliest one that I would say you definitely want to go get. It's super cheap, Harbor Freight. This is under 20 bucks right here. This is a multi-purpose tool. You're going to just use that guy right there to cut the old grill out. Now, I recommend cutting the old grill out. I don't recommend putting this thing over it because you're going to want to mount it. And like I said, this thing is super cheap, under 20 bucks. You can use something like this too. This is just a cutoff tool from Milwaukee, but it's more expensive. There's also another one that looks just like this that has an attachment just like this guy right here. This is a little spot welder or spot grinder, I should say. This one's an air tool, so that's the one I got. But there's one that literally looks just like this. We'll put it right here on the screen right there for you guys. But it's the same thing as this. Is really going to come in handy to clean some of this stuff up. Once you guys make your cuts, you're going to want to clean those areas out because you need that grill to sit nice and flush. So we're going to use that guy, and you're going to need also this little adapter here as well, you guys. This is going to be really the only way to mount this thing. I'll show you guys here in a little bit, but this is honestly, you can probably go get this at O'Reilly's. It's just a little angle attachment, and we have a little, just a Phillips bit on it in order to get into those tight spots where the grill is at. That's what you're going to end up using. Obviously a drill, some tape, Sharpie, of course, safety, because once you start cutting, that stuff is going to fly everywhere. So the tape is for, you're going to want to mask these areas right in here, because once you start cutting, you don't want your grill to get all really scuffed up and scratch marks and things like that. If you guys want to take off the molding, you can. We're just going to put tape over, so we're going to use that tape, go over all this area right where we're going to be cutting. So you're going to end up cutting all these old tabs off. Now, you will lose the mounting points in the center, you guys, but it's not a huge deal. Obviously, you got 4 mounting points on a 70 Chevelle right here and on the other side. But let's get started so I can show you guys what we're doing. So what you're going to want to do is cut from the back side. You're going to take this guy here, and you're just going to start cutting all these off just like that. And that's what the tape's there for. Even if you cut higher and then you got to grind some of that stuff down so you avoid the base, that's good too. I would say that'd probably be best, is cut a little higher, and you can always shave down whatever you didn't cut off. So let's start cutting. There's the old one out, you guys. You see, it's pretty easy. That thing does a really good job. So once you got that cut out, we're going to go back with that little spot grinder and just shave all these down flush. So that's where that grinder comes into play. You're going to take this guy. If you guys have the other one, if you guys have the one that I showed you guys, the Milwaukee one, that's battery powered, obviously you don't need a air compressor, but you're just going to do this.
There's your safety glasses.
We're going to do the rest of this real quick and then show you guys what it looks like with everything cut out.
1 minute 37 seconds later.
All right, we got it all cut up, finished out. So it should look something like this, you guys. When you guys got everything cut out, got the old stuff out. Once again, man, the tape is going to be your best friend. So we'll take the tape off real quick and see what we got to do, see if there's anything else left to trim, and then we can start mocking up our grill. I'd almost recommend you guys get the raw grill so you can mock everything up so that way it doesn't get scratched, and then you guys can always paint it, powder coat it, polish it, do whatever you guys go out to do. But let me take this off. You can always definitely sand the rest of this down and then repaint this whole thing before you guys put the grill on too. That's also another good idea to do. But let's see what it hides after we take the tape off. So we went ahead and put these on real quick, fitted these, but these really, guys, they just really just slide in. You do got to work them a little bit because especially if they're powder coated, they're going to be a little thicker, and they're really designed to give you a super tight fit. So you're just going to have to work them in there, and you might even have to open that up a little bit as you're working those tabs in. The biggest thing is getting these tabs in there lined up. So actually we're going to go from the front side. We're going to come in like this and then bring it back inside, so that way you can get those tabs through. That's the biggest thing you're going to fight, is the tabs a little bit, especially if you leave the moldings on like we did on the front side, and the chrome moldings. So just remember that. It's getting those tabs through there like that. Come back in here, and like I said, you definitely expect a super tight fit, but all that stuff that we removed, the old grill, it should definitely hide it. If you guys want to, I would definitely advise to go back and refinish this entire grill opening. Probably sand everything down, repaint it, put a nice coat of paint on it, so that way you guys don't ever see that stuff. But this should definitely hide it. If you guys don't decide to actually paint it later, it should definitely hide it for the most part. But you can see they just pop right in for the most part. But the tricky part is definitely these screw holes right here. These tabs are where you're going to use the hardware that came with it. There's little small self tappers that you're going to get in there, but it's going to be super difficult because how tight it is to the grill. So you're going to need that angle drill, to that way you can get those in there. You might even need a hand to hold the grill while one of you guys drill and set those screws. I would definitely do one at a time, and then that way you line up the other side and making sure it's nice and square all the way across from one end to the other. So you guys can kind of see what it'll look like for the most part once you got that in there. But let me show you what I'm talking about with the screws, what that's going to look like once you guys have the screws in there. And like I said, that's really going to be the challenge, is to getting these screws in there mounted with this little drill. So you're going to have those guys right there, those little small self tappers. Now the only problem with these are they're just like a hair too long. So once you have them in there, the ones that basically live on this backside and then on the other side, you're going to want to take this guy right here and just hit it a little bit, just to shave that tip of that screw down. You will end up having that issue, so be aware of that. So what we're going to do right now, we're gonna take that guy and try to stick it in there. But like I said, it's definitely not going to be easy, and you can see there's just not much room there. That's where this little angle drill comes into place. You're going to do just like that, and you're really going to have to get in there, and it's not going to be easy by any means. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, guys, but once you get them in there, they'll live in there. They won't move, they won't go anywhere. But it's definitely going to be tricky to get this drill in there and hold it all at the same time, just like that. So it's a matter of just kind of starting it and taking your time. And if you got a hand, I'd recommend a hand. So on this side, you shouldn't have too much of an issue as far as the screws sticking out, because they're going to live in this pocket in here. So you shouldn't have any problem as far as the screws poking through, because they'll live in this crease. So what we're going to do though, before we do the top, you're going to want to do this side. So I'm going to do this side, the bottom as well. Do them in unison, because these are the grills that will face each other, I guess will be next to each other. And you want to make sure they're not misaligned with one another when you look at the grill on the back side. So what you want to do is turn your grill around and check the alignment up front and here, and make sure that your spacing is close to this side that you just screwed down to this side. Even if you got to bring this grill out a little bit or push it back in, whatever it is that you got to do, just remember to check your spacing up front before you stick that screw in. Before we show you the final product on what it looks like once we get all the screws laid out, I want to show you guys what we're talking about right over here. Is you see that little guy right there? That's what I was talking about. You might have those screws kind of coming through a little bit. See if we can get that thing to focus. That little screw right there, it only, I think only got about maybe 2 of them poking through. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna literally take that guy and sand it down just a little bit, just so it doesn't hurt nobody. So just like that, look, all the way down, you can't even feel it. You run your hand across it. What you guys think, man? Yeah, that looks sharp, you guys. I am digging that. So that's the satin black finish right there, you guys. If you guys are looking for the satin black finish, or you can go with the raw, something like that, and polish it. You can do either or, but that's basically what it'll look like once you guys it's all said and done. But it looks freaking good. We still got to put the headlight buckets back on. As a matter of fact, let's do that so you can guys get a better look. Actually, we had the SS emblem on here, you guys. If you guys want to run your SS emblem, you guys still can. Let me show you what that'll look like. That guy right there. But I'm thinking we're not going to run it just because I think I like it without it for now. But if we slide it in there, you can kind of still see, give you an idea. Is it backwards? It might be backwards, maybe not. So what do you guys think of the SS look? You guys can see kind of what the difference is with the SS and without it. But I think we're gonna leave it off for now. Like I said, once again, take in consideration, and you guys are gonna lose those mounting points that were here from the factory. I mean, I lost them a long time ago because we have that intercooler, that huge intercooler, because those mounting points connect to that structural piece that was there for the hood latch. So we don't have that anymore, obviously. But either way, you got 4 screws holding this thing on. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. But if you guys are interested, check out the website. They are available. They are live on the website now, and they will come with all the hardware and 2 options: raw aluminum or powder coated satin black. Once again, you guys remember that these guys are 2 different ones on each side, so these ones cannot fit on that side. Like, they're actually, you're going to get 2 lefts and 2 rights, so you can take that in consideration. Make sure they properly fit, because what happens is these openings here are going to be basically mirrored or flipped on this side. So just remember, you're going to get 2 lefts, 2 rights, hardware, and 2 options available. GoossePerformance.com. Make sure you guys hit it up. Let's put that buckets back on real quick. There it is, you guys. Tell me what you guys think, man. The front end is back together in one piece. It is looking good, you guys. I'm digging it. Let me know what you guys think. Put it down in the comments below. If you guys are interested in the grill, once again, GoossePerformance.com. Make sure you guys grab yours. I think that's gonna do it for this video, you guys. It is getting hot out here. We gotta go cool off, but make sure you guys hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And you guys already know, stay wrenching.